Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. My name is Misty, and this is a general reading for the full moon, July 2019. And we're going to be looking at where this partial lunar eclipse and full moon is taking place for our Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Again, this may or may not resonate. It is a general reading. I hope that it does. I hope that you get something from it. I really do. And so we're asking Spirit for guidance for the Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So this is taking place in your 12th house. You know, this is part of this Cancer season that eclipse season that we're in on this Capricorn Cancer cusp. So we're in this process and we're right in the middle of these two other eclipses, 6 months either way seasons. So here we are, we're working on some of these foundational emotional issues. And this particular full moon is taking place in your 12th house. Yeah, which is a lot of, I'm getting it really strong. You know, I'm a Pisces, so it's 12th house. So we're looking at that deeply unconscious parts, those deep parts of ourselves that are really difficult to get in touch with. You're going to be needing to spend some time alone, maybe having a little bit of less distraction time to go within yourself. You're such social creatures, but there's something that's going to come up, something that's ripe and full and pregnant and ready for release. The very first card that we're getting here is this Jaguar card, which is really about the toxicity and the toxicity that we can experience in our relationships, but also like the toxicity of ourselves and the toxicity of our mind patterns here. And so what have you been carrying around that is toxic for you and that is ready to really be released? What have you been brooding about? What shadow games have you been unconsciously playing? Have you been hiding in the shadows? What have you been in the shadows about for fear? You know? So letting go of toxic relationships, letting go of toxic negative thought patterns, especially with this 12th house, there's going to be this connection, really deep connection to the collective unconscious and the collective unconscious and your connection with the collective unconscious, and maybe even some toxic things that could be going on. There is that south node that is really close to this moon eclipse, along with 2 retrogrades sandwiched right next to it as well. And those are all of our past patterns and all of this in your 12th house. There's this needing to recover your instincts. These are very instinctual beings that hunt and that have a prey in there, in the shadows. But they are also about choosing courage over fear and not hiding. So see how he's kind of down. He looks kind of sad. He looks mopey. I don't know. There's just this sense of, okay. So it might be a little scary to go within, but I feel like there's paths there that want to open up and they're going to be illuminated at this time. And that's very, very, very exciting for you guys. There's many paths that are opening up to be illuminated within you to really look at the things that you've outgrown in your life and what have you outgrown that you don't need to carry on your path anymore. And are you risking losing your way because of there seeming like there's so many paths? So stepping out of your comfort zone, I do feel like you are getting some guidance. I'm hearing just can feel it. There's a whisper, there's a pull, there's this need to go inward, there's this need to meditate, there's this need to return to the beginner's mind and return to being childlike and having that childlike wonder. And so can you let nature guide you? Can you walk into the paths of the sand without there being a solid track, without knowing where you're going? I feel like there's a whole unknown world. There's something unknown deep within your unconscious that wants to come out. And there's a time to release the habits of the self. And maybe some of you are actually doing some inner child work, and this is some inner child healing that's coming up for you. I really feel that really strongly. And what is coming up is that this is coming up to be released and let go of so that you can step into yourself more, so that you can be yourself, so that you can love the mystery that is you, and have that childlike wonder of the mystery of the universe that is surrounding you, and have all that joy and all that happiness and all that playfulness and all of that childlike wonder and play. I just love it. I love it. I was at the hostel with some friends recently, and and like the little girl goes, and she's being so silly, like we're having like a circle, our gratitude circle. And I mean, it was just perfect. It was like, yes, like that's what we all want. We all want to be sitting there throwing sand around, playing, completely being ourselves, uninhibited, releasing these habits of ourselves and these thoughts that have kept us away from it. And I really feel like there's some old past patterning and conditionings of survival that are just so oldly rooted within our bodies that are hard for us to let go of. And there's this time of you actually harvesting what is like the gold energy and like the gold light. What is like really, really, because you've continued to have faith and you're reaping the rewards. You're going to reap the rewards of doing this work, or maybe it's work that you've already done, but it is like bringing blessings to you. And it's bringing you substance. And this is substance that you're going to get, that you're going to then be able to share with people around you. I know right now is a time for inner works, but there is also this look at these agreements that you've even made, possibly with toxic relationships. Maybe even you're the one with toxicity. It could be them. It could be going both ways. But it's bringing this quality of this childlike wonder and joy, this vital life force by the release of what no longer serves you back into your life. I feel super preachy right now, but that's what I feel. It's just so beautiful. It's really beautiful to see that what's coming in for you guys. I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're gonna pull a couple more cards just to kind of see. We're going to pull some tarot cards here now, and we're going to see how those go with these. I like to pull 4 with these. So, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, July 2019, full moon. Oh, yeah. Like, this is going to be success. I mean, I just see tons of success for you guys, and even recognition after you go through this work. Yeah, they're getting... Right. Oh, this is so funny. That's really fun. Okay, so here you are with a lot moving forward and needing to balance. I really feel the Jaguar is all about balancing the light and the dark within themselves. And look how we have, if you look really close here, I'm sure that's focused really well. I mean, how funny is that? Like, how is your instincts, how is your light and your dark instincts pulling you around and having your movement forward? How is that actually guiding you? And there is this nugget of gold. There's this, I mean, I really get that strong. Look how there's like the disc and this like gold center. And again here, and there's like the pathway here and the many paths here. So there's a pathway that has a blessing for you, has a very strong blessing for you that you're going to find at this time around this full moon. And these two combined are really, really interesting because there's this one of like mastering the instincts and mastering control of the instincts. And then over here is the childlike wonder. It's the wisdom of the childlike wonder, not the childish, but the childlike. And what's the difference between the two of really harnessing your instincts and letting yourself be playful? It's, you know, twice a child, once a man. We're a child, we become an adult, then we learn how to be the child again. And that's where we're at. We're learning how to be a child again. We're learning how to play again and how to really look at things. Some of you have a relationship coming in. Yeah, definitely. So we have this here. Some of you really have a relationship coming in. There is something to harvest for you in your, either if you're in a relationship, there's something for you to harvest in that relationship. And some of you have the opportunity for a relationship coming in. I'm going to ask to clarify that relationship card here. Let's clarify the Lovers for the Aquarius tribe. Yeah, I really do. I see something. Okay. Yeah, so here's this struggle that is taking place that you've had, that where there's a little bit of discontentment, but there really is this harvest. There really is this this thing to bring in, and in that harvest is a release of the struggle and stepping into the light, a release of letting go of what has held you back, especially if you are in a relationship that isn't healthy, that you're struggling in. This Five of Pentacles, I mean, it's time to let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. Completely let it go. And step into that childlike wonder, because that's where it's at. You do have something better that's waiting for you. Something that's really beautiful that's waiting for you. For those of you that are not in a toxic relationship. You know, you're secure. Some of you are secure and a little discontent and in a relationship that really leaves you outside of the light. And there's a time for you to step back in the light. And there's even a time for you guys to step back into the light forever. And it's almost like seeing your relationship with new eyes. It's like almost like before, because of what was going on in the unconscious, there's been like this sort of thing. And there's this opening, this ability to see things, and that allows the light to come in, and a choice to step into the light through this inner work of the unconscious that's been going on inside of you. So, all right, Aquarius, that was a lot of energy. I feel like I could really go into this a lot deeper and do a lot of really good work here. You guys are doing some amazing stuff. I'm very excited for you guys. So the next new moon or the next moon after this is going to be in Leo. It's at the end of July, July 30th, and it takes place at 11:11 Eastern time. I'm on the Eastern time. And so that's really, really exciting. Some of you really, you're going to be looking at some relationships issues and some agreements that maybe you've made in relationships. And some of you might even be looking at starting a relationship. But I really want to encourage you to look at your inner world and look and be very honest with yourself as you're moving in and through these sort of things. So blessings to you guys. Please like, subscribe, leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think and how you're feeling. And I hope you have a beautiful day.